What? Come on, don't hog the popcorn, man.
Get your own snack.
Well, I don't have any. I don't know what to get.
There's so many choices. Like, which one do you enjoy? Get that.
Fine. Find out and watch this.
We'll see you soon.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all...
That's Dude.
That's Dude.
And welcome to
Lazyboys Night. Oh, yeah. Whoa.
I thought I'd try something different. I feel like the Kool-Aid man. Oh yeah! And just smash through a wall. What are we drinking here?
That looks like something right out of How I Met Your Mother.
Speaking of the Kool-Aid man, it's a cherry porter.
Whoa.
From MacLean's Brewery. I see How I Met Your Mother there. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Nice. I love a good porter, especially around this time of year when it's, you know, it's cold outside and we kind of want to fatten up with desserts.
Baby,
especially
it's cold outside.
Baby, it is cold outside, especially around the holidays. I don't know about you, but I had so many delicious, that pecan pie porter we had years ago, I had so many of those during the holidays.
I've been having so many porters and stouts and all these different milk stouts.
And I'm not complaining.
No.
Cheers.
So, cheers. Let's see what this is all about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah! Smash through the wall. Oh. It's the cherry's not overpowering, but it just gives it a little sweetness
hint.
just behind.
Just
a little hint. This would go well with a light dessert, nothing too heavy. You know what else this would go well with? A cigar.
I like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Good job, MacLean's.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. That's a good porter with a nice little sweet taste to it. Fantastic.
Fan-frickin-tastic. Speaking of a little sweetness.
Oh, are you talking about me?
No. You probably gathered from our intro here. Tonight's topic is about movie snacks. You know, we are movie buffs. We talk about the movies all the freaking time. But we never talk about what we eat during the movies, and it is part of the ritual.
It is part of the ritual.
Movie snackage is part of the ritual.
It is.
And so we've decided to compile a list of our top 6. We're not going to repeat stuff. I'm pretty sure we're going to agree with everybody's pick here, because let's face it, I probably have a top 20. But
a top 24.
Oh, a top 24.
Because we're doing a proper 6-pack.
We are doing a proper 6-pack.
Of our favorite snacks. 3 and 3.
3 and 3.
And we're going to go through what we enjoy.
You want to get us started? You already had the popcorn. Did that make the list?
It 100% made the list.
Of course. The popcorn is the classic movie snack.
This, to me...
Can I actually have one now?
Yeah, you can
Yay!
But
buttery.
Regardless if I'm in theaters or if I'm watching like a movie at home, popcorn is we're not doing 1 to 3 top. It's just our 3 favorites.
Yeah.
So it's not
in no particular order.
No particular order. But if there was, maybe there is, this would definitely be number 1 for me overall. Popcorn to me, I don't know who started this off. I'm sure that
I actually know the story behind this.
Oh wait. So we're gonna hear the stories shortly. I'm gonna finish my thing. Is it has the fondest, like for me, we're all about nostalgia, right folks? If you've been with us long enough, or if you just joined us for the first time today, we're all about nostalgia. We're about those good feelings, things that entertainment, what it brings to us, how it makes it feels, the escapism of it all, not having to think for a few hours and just enjoy it. But going into a theater and getting that bag of popcorn and that smell, to me, goes hand in hand with the experience. And just being the munch.
It is a potent feeling.
Dude, just like, I'm sure you could smell it from there.
Just seeing the popcorn, you can smell it.
So what's the story?
Well, when movies really caught on was actually during the Great Depression. Nickelodeon was Nickelodeon. Odeon is a fancy word for theater, and it cost 5 cents. And so this was cheap entertainment during the Great Depression. But back then, if you recall, if you've ever seen a vintage theater, they were fancy. It's not like today.
I love how movies at one point was cheap entertainment. Try to go to a movie today and it costs you
Yeah.
less than $50, man.
But the theaters were glorious back then. They, you know, fancy seats, fancy this,
It was
fancy
an actual
curtains.
movie house,
It was an
a movie
event.
theater.
Going
was,
out
oh my
was
Lord.
an event because
Yeah.
television wasn't a thing yet. And popcorn was actually not served in theaters. Now, some entrepreneur, forget the name. I read this in the Uncle John's Bathroom Readers. I love these books, by the way. But basically, some smart entrepreneur knew that popcorn was cheap to make and was a delicious snack. The theaters didn't want them. They didn't want to dirty the theaters.
Do you remember?
So-
did you say already? Like around what era are we talking about?
We're talking about the Great Depression in the
Okay,
30s.
so in the 30s.
Yeah.
Holy jeez, right.
So-
during the 30s and 40s, man, people were awesome at inventing stuff.
Well, so what happened is somebody decided to have one of those little mobile carts on the street, and they set up across from the movie theater and started selling the popcorn to the moviegoers.
Could they bring the popcorn in from the street?
The story didn't say.
Okay.
But what it did
'Cause
say-
there's no way you could do
What
that
it did
today.
say was Nickelodeon did not want to sell popcorn. They thought it was too crass.
Ah,
But somebody caught on that idea, and then it happened all over the place, and it was everywhere. And you could not escape it. So then somebody at Nickelodeon said, hey, if this is what's going to happen, we might as well get a piece of the pie. Let's bring that in the theater.
smell.
So
With the
Nickelodeon
melted
started
butter,
to
the
sell the popcorn
salt.
themselves,
Oh.
putting the street vendors out of business
Yeah.
because
Get
now
the
you could have
vendor.
it in the theater, and it became a staple. They didn't want it at first, but then it became a staple because it was cheap.
Oh, it cost, I've been freaking out. 12 cents to make a bag, and they charge you $12 for a
Mm.
bag. It's like ding, 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 ding,
Pretty
ding.
much.
It's at the casino, man. You're winning.
Yep.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
I still don't. That's one of the things I still don't get. We're going to be talking about, our favorite foods and everything. But even when it comes to a concession stand at the theater, I still don't understand why they charge so much.
Here's why.
Yeah, but they charge. Okay, I'm going to finish my thought. Why they charge so much when they could be making so much more if they charged less?
Well, here's the thing. Theaters don't make money off ticket sales.
I know. It's like a restaurant. They don't make money off the food. They make money off the booze.
So the concession snacks is their booze. And the thing is, it works with supply and demand. There's still enough people willing to pay that price to keep them in business. If nobody paid that price, they would have to lower them. But there's still enough people willing to pay that
Frick,
price to
stop
keep them in
buying it,
business,
folks.
so they
Drop
keep doing
the
it.
price.
That's pretty much all it is, because the theaters do charge a lot because that's how the theater makes its
It's
money.
insane amount
But yeah,
of money,
I
man.
agree. Knock a few bucks off, and
Ugh.
I think what you're hoping, and I think would make sense, is lower the price, more people will buy it. But is the surplus in purchase going to offset the loss in sales based on the fact that so many people still buy it anyways?
I say yes, because I think that there'd be more people buying it.
Possible, but I don't know if they're willing to take that risk because they are making money now. So
Okay,
it is
so-
what it is.
For me,
Popcorn.
regardless if it's in a theater or if it's at home, it's going to be popcorn to start off.
And I'm just going to second that by saying I agree. A popcorn is a staple of the movie going experience. Now, along with that staple is the candy part. Now, I'm not much on candy
We
as opposed
know,
to
no
chocolate.
sugar.
It's not about no sugar. It's about no candy. I like
No
the chocolate.
sugar.
My
I don't
thing.
eat sugar.
Shut up. My thing. I
I
apologize.
love you.
I apologize. I could only find this kind of wrapper.
You apologize.
But what I loved was at movie theaters, they didn't have regular sized chocolate bars. Or, I'm sorry, in the States, they call them candy bars. Chocolate bar. It's chocolate. It's a chocolate bar. They always had the supersized ones. And my favorite, my go-to was always the giant Kit Kat.
Oh, Kit Kat.
My go-to was the
Good
giant Kit Kat.
choice.
And I would just love to break off a piece, take a bite,
Oh, yeah.
and then take a big sip of my giant fountain Coke while I'm watching the movie, and it gave me that chocolate satisfaction like nothing else. As a kid, that's what I always ordered, the giant
Yeah.
Kit Kat. If it wasn't there, then I moved to other selections, which I'm sure were also delicious. But to me,
Kit Kat is awesome for that, where you can just break off a piece and you can pace yourself.
yeah.
So it's like chomping down, and if you're finished with that little piece, you can wait for it for another scene to come on or whatever, but you can definitely pace yourself
Now,
with a Kit Kat.
I don't know if it's me, I just weird that way. Regular Kit Kats, not so much, but you know they have the chunky Kit Kats?
Oh,
With the chunky, I always, first bite, I always just bite off the chocolate tip off the wafer. Then I'll bite into the wafer. I don't know why I do that.
No,
when I get to the other end, I turn it around.
Chocolate
I know. I get to the other end, I turn it around.
And the thing is, when you're eating a Kit Kat Chunky and you get that first bite, and it's just like loaded with chocolate, and you're going, okay, keep going down because I love the Kit Kat, bop, 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 and you know that the last bite is gonna be freaking awesome.
Because it's going to be extra loaded with chocolate.
Exactly. That last little bite that's done so well, man.
Fun side fact about Kit Kats, the wafers,
Yeah.
all the misshapen bars that come out that they can't sell, they just throw them back into the mulcher to break it down and make wafers out of that again. So old Kit Kats that don't make the cut are recycled into the wafer to get into a new Kit Kat. So there's no wastage. Well done. Well done.
Good job, Kit Kat.
All
Who
right.
makes Kit Kat? What company?
Is
Nestle?
Kit Kat? I think it's not. Yeah, Kit Kat
That's
is Nestle.
Nestle. Yeah,
It is
I
Nestle.
even knew that. What the hell? Not a fan, right?
Yes. Nestle's makes the very best
All right.
chocolate.
Oh man.
Old timey commercial.
Dude, if you can find seriously, if you can find an old timey Kit Kat commercial, it'd be awesome.
N-E-S-T-L-E-S, Nestle's makes the very best.
All right, you're next, big dude.
So, going to sometimes, you know, we're gonna go see a movie, and we've done that hundreds of times, literally. One of the things, it does happen that I'm on a budget, and I don't want to buy a $12 bag of popcorn.
We've all done this. I'm not going to say
Even though-
sometimes. I say a lot of the time.
Even though I would want that freaking popcorn, but sometimes I can only pay for the movie ticket, and that's what it is. But I will, like you've done, don't judge me right now, sneak in.
From the dollar store. Not dollar store bacon,
Not
though.
dollar store bacon.
No.
Not dollar store bacon. I will sneak in my favorite chocolate candy of all time, M&Ms. As you can tell, M&Ms, specifically the chocolate.
I'm more of a peanut guy. I do appreciate the chocolate, but I'm more of a peanut
Okay,
guy.
so here's a difference. So M&Ms, huge fan, love them. I could eat them literally every freaking day. So when we go into theaters, I can take one and enjoy it and just have a blast.
You just pop one and then
And then
slowly
just let it
suck on it and
go.
melt.
But when it comes to when you're eating the peanut ones,
You want to crunch them.
it makes too much noise in the theater.
Oh.
So when I bring the chocolate ones, I can just pop them in, let them melt, and just enjoy the fun.
I can
And
see
then
that.
just the little final crunch of the candy coating thing. But if I'm at home watching a movie, I'm going full hand.
Oh.
I'm stuffing my face, and my cheek. I'm squirreling it,
You're
man.
squirreling
I
it.
am squirreling it, and I have so much. I could not have a conversation with anybody for about 10 minutes because I'm just. But at that moment, it's bliss. I'm losing my mind. I'm just at the best. Like, I would literally be happy to die at that point. Just a mouthful of M&Ms, watching a good movie. Awesome. If I'm in a theater, I'm going to take my time, slowly, because, you know, it doesn't melt in your hands, right? Just in your mouth, right? But, yeah, so...
That's a good pick.
Every single different product that M&M has ever come out with, I've enjoyed every one of them. But my go-to will 100. There's
The classic
peanut
chocolate.
butter one.
Oh, peanut butter. There's caramel ones. There's
Oh,
pretzel
my God,
ones.
the
There's
peanut
brownie
butter was
ones.
awesome.
There was recently I was at the M&M store in Disney Springs in Orlando.
Yeah.
And you walk in the store and there's just like a
Oh, it's
rainbow
insane.
colors, all sorts of weird colors, and all sorts of different flavors you don't get anywhere else. But yeah, the classic chocolate. I'm the classic peanut myself, but still a very, very, very good pick.
chocolate. Yeah, so that's my next
All right.
go-to. What's your next go-to?
Well, I'm going to go a little historically here.
Oh,
See, as a kid going to the theaters, it was about the popcorn, the chocolate bars, and the soft drinks.
this is not kid, but in here we're still
Yeah.
kid.
But then they started to introduce other foods. I know it came in different stages, different areas, and perhaps some places already had this forever. But I remember...
We're talking about the hot dog that rolls forever?
Yes, in part, but I don't want the hot dog that rolls forever. I'm talking about at one point they brought out, you know, the nachos with that hot yellow cheese sauce they
Yes.
put it on? And I'm not sure what that cheese sauce really is.
I don't care.
I don't want to know what it is, but it was good.
Yeah.
And getting those movie theater nachos,
Oh, yeah.
I loved getting those.
Yeah.
That was so that was
The first time I ever had that was in the theater at Disney World. For real.
There you go.
I had never had that before in
We
the
probably
theater.
didn't have it back here then, but then
No.
the fad caught on and it spread out here.
that's
And so
awesome.
when they started to introduce hot foods
Yeah.
other than just popcorn and chocolates, it was like, ooh, well, maybe my you know, I can snack on something else
That
too.
little
Well, I still
container
get the
with
chocolate
that-
after, but I start with the nachos.
Yeah.
That was my thing.
And the nachos are hot, and the cheese
yeah,
is
yeah.
hot, and there's this whole... Oh, that's
Oh,
an
yeah.
awesome choice. I love that.
was those are, and it was just again that sauce. I don't know what it was, but it tasted really cheesy, and it never got too runny. It was liquid, but it was still thick enough to hold
Yeah.
onto the nacho when you pick. It was just the perfect consistency.
Yeah.
I'm sure that my body was going like, oh, not this
Oh.
again. But my taste
You're watching
buds,
a movie, man.
my
It's
taste
like
buds were like, oh, dude, give me more. Give me more.
You're enjoying the moment,
Oh, yeah.
and you know what? Snacks are a big part of it. Like just sitting down to watch a movie and having that snack just to be able to munch at the same time goes together. Like it's
Yeah.
just one of those things.
I
where
mean,
it's
nowadays
enjoyable.
there's even beyond that. I mean, they have pizza, they have burgers, they have all sorts of stuff. There's some fancy theaters where they have full dining menus and
Oh.
they bring you the food. You got to
Yeah.
order before the movie starts, though.
Yeah.
But to me, those nachos were the next step in movie snackdom.
You can tell how much they're pushing it even more now than ever because they're coming out with specialty popcorn buckets now.
Yeah.
Like depending on the movie, they have themed popcorn. Like
And you'll pay $50 for that bucket.
and people don't care, you know.
Supply and demand.
It's the same thing, right? So,
What's your next?
my next pick is a new pick.
Ooh.
Something I just discovered this year. And it's something that it's not in theaters. It is legitimately a home snack.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
this is not something you get at the theater.
No, it's not. It's one of those things now that it's my go-to.
When you're gonna sit in front of your giant screen TV and watch something on
So
Netflix or Prime or whatnot.
Exactly. So it's kind of right for now. It's kind of replaced popcorn for now.
Sacrilege.
For now. But I'm a huge fan of pretzels. I love pretzels.
Okay. Well, they have pretzels at the
October- Oh,
theaters.
Yeah, but they have the massive. I love the massive pretzels. Like
The hot
Oktoberfest,
pretzel or the
yeah.
pretzel bites
I just
or
love
stuff
it.
like that. Yeah.
But this company, and I even started eating some. They're called Snyder's of Hanover pretzel pieces. These are awesome.
Can I try? This is a cheddar cheese flavor.
They have several different flavors, but if you enjoy pretzels, it's one of those things.
So it's
where-
basically broken pretzel bits covered in cheesy.
yeah, it's just ridiculously good.
Oh, sweet mother
There's
of God.
so much flavor. I'm
my God.
drooling just thinking about
Where did you
it.
buy this?
So there's multiple different places. They're not available everywhere, so you really have to research your thing. But they're available only in certain locations right now.
Oh
I
my
don't know how
God.
long they've been around. Like I said, it's a new. But when I'm watching a movie, and you want that nice little crunch, and you're just
Oh my God.
yeah, it's insane how good that stuff.
Take it
is.
away before I'm gonna eat the whole bag.
And the funny thing is, how I discovered this stuff. It was a promo with beers I was buying, and you bought a 6-pack.
Oh, I just had a sip of beer after. Oh my God.
It's insane.
Even
man.
with a cherry porter, it's still good. You
Right?
wouldn't expect.
So-
I expect more of an ale with this, but
This stuff, and it actually came with a juicy IPA.
oh,
Yeah. Remember, was it Juicy Ass? It's a beer, folks.
I do remember the
Off
juicy ass.
can, we had the juicy ass. So this came with the juicy ass. This came with the juicy ass.
Maybe
Yes, okay, thank you. Thank you. But it is a fact, it did come with the juicy ass.
Bounce, go wow wow.
So it was a promo, and I was like, okay, why not? And I sat down, I was like, I crack a beer open. I mean, you know what? For a snack tonight, watching a movie, I'm taking this out. And my first bite, I was like, I'm in love. I'm in love.
I want to steal a bag from you right now. I'm gonna be honest.
This is unbelievable. So this is right now. It's my go-to.
I'm gonna get
for
fat eating those.
movie. It is difficult not to, and if it's not one of those massive bags, like they only come in this size.
So you're gonna wind up eating the whole bag while you're watching the movie.
Pretty much. So you're hoping to have at least a 3-hour movie.
Oh my god!
But it's so satisfying. I can tell you right now that I don't crave it the rest of the week. I don't. It is. I keep.
It's a movie ritual.
It is a movie ritual now. Like I've had this since it was this past summer.
Yep.
Right. That's when the promo was happening, and since then I've been buying them and keeping them. When it's movie time, these come out. So
I think
it's
there might be a new tradition in the dude
so
household.
it's either this or it's the popcorn coming out, and then when I want the sweets, well, I'll have the M&Ms. Well, yeah, for sure. At home, if this ever came out in theaters, man, they could charge an insane amount. But
oh my god, that's good.
Unreal. The amount, like the taste, they've done so well. I don't know where this comes from.
Dude,
I haven't done
find
the
out
research.
where I can buy those because I need some.
So, company, just put down some information. These are my full support. So full support.
Wow. All right, my
he's in shock. That's
I'm-
really good.
I'm actually going through withdrawal now. I need more. My last pick is again following the evolution of classic snacks to introduction of hot foods. A few years back, the theaters, at least here in Ontario, I don't know again about the rest of the world, but
Well, I've heard that if you go see a movie in Paris or in France, you can get a glass of beer. Not a cup. You can get a glass of beer.
well, this is what I was going to say. Now
Pulp Fiction,
here,
people. I'm referring to Pulp Fiction, that classic.
they call it a Royale with cheese.
No, he's talking about a glass
I
of... Just
know,
before that,
I'm teasing.
he's talking about the glass of beer.
Just there, it's a little different.
Example.
All right, well, you can walk into a movie theater in Amsterdam and buy a beer. And I don't mean just like no paper cup, I'm talking about a glass of beer. And in Paris, you can buy a beer in McDonald's.
Wait to
Huge in
spoil
theaters.
my what
No,
I'm
I'm
introduced.
building it up.
But you told them what it was.
No.
You told them what it was.
But now I'm going to set it up for you. Go for it.
But they already know I'm talking about beer.
Is it?
Yes.
What?
A
I'm
few
so
years
surprised.
back. Give me those pretzels. A few years back, at least here in Ontario, they started to sell beer in theaters.
Ontario is not a state yet. It's still a province in Canada.
And it's not going to change.
You never know.
No.
Okay, continue. So, it became available.
And they started to serve beer in theaters.
Yes.
And as someone who, in case you didn't know, I do like beer.
What?
I know, shocking.
Is that what that is?
It is. Beer has now become, because when I'm at home watching on TV, I got a beer.
Oh,
Now when I go to theaters,
I got a beer.
I got a beer. And a beer is my new go-to snack. And I gotta say, a beer does not go very well with a Kit Kat. Although a beer, I'm sure, would go great with those pretzels.
Oh, yeah.
But I now enjoy, even in theaters, going and ordering a beer. And I mean, they don't always have the greatest selection, but they try locally to at least always have at least one local
The last
microbrew.
time we went to see a movie,
Yeah.
we got a beer. It was like just, it was a thing.
And
we
was
did.
it at one of the local microbrews?
Yeah.
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 So they usually carry a few national brands and then local microbrew.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm like, I love beer.
So,
Beer loves me.
dude,
And I always enjoy the movies at home with a beer, and now I can do the same in theater. And beer has become, I don't have the big Coca-Cola soft drinks. I have the beer.
he's so adorable right now
I
because
am.
it's available legally now.
It
So
is.
there was a point.
Oh, we snuck it.
There was a point in our lives where we would actually sneak them into theaters.
Picture this. Whistler, British Columbia, 1991.
Why do you have to say dates all the time?
Because I'm doing Sophia from the Golden Girls.
Okay, fine, go.
Whistler, British Columbia, 1991. Back then, just a small mountain village. Far, 2 hours north of Vancouver. Was there a movie theater? No. There was a community center with a big screen who would play movies once a week.
Yeah.
A film had recently been shot in Whistler, a movie called Ski School. When it finally aired in Whistler, most of the audience were locals, most of which were extras
In the movie.
in the film.
Yeah.
The lights go down. And the first thing you hear before the credits start to roll and anything else is you could not buy beer at the community center, but you sure could sneak it in.
Hell
And this
yeah.
particular dude had one of those long Australian outback trench coats. With this coat that was billowing around me, I could easily fit an entire six-pack of cans. So I was the designated mule for many of our friends. They'd have a couple more in their pockets of their ski jackets, but with this big thing, I had all the extras. And as the lights went out,
And that's why he's happy, because it's retro. It's coming back, baby.
oh yeah! And that is my final
Awesome.
movie snack pick. Thank you. Thank
So
you
what are
very
your
much.
favorite snacks? Before you do that, if you've enjoyed,
Subscribe.
do that. over
Like and
here,
share.
Right? We appreciate it. If you appreciate us, we appreciate you watching, but, you know, show the love. If you just, it's just a click away, subscribe, and it shows that, you know, you want to keep watching some of these episodes. I encourage you to watch every single episode, but you know what?
And
it's up to you.
send more of those Snyder's cheesy pretzel thingies
We
there.
need to have more of that.
Yeah. See you next Thursday.
See you next time. Cheers, Luke.